What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Hope all you're having a great day so far today. Getting into this episode of GH, Lucas continues to annoy the hell out of me. Like, now he's sitting here trying to get advice from Felicia about how to move forward where Sonny is concerned, because he's trying to find out how his mother was able to coexist with Sonny. I mean, obviously Bobby was not a fan of Sonny and Carly being together. She was never really a fan of it, but she pretty much minded her business for the most part. She stayed out of it. Her daughter was grown and she just found a way to tolerate Sonny. That's just what it is. I think it's just completely stupid of Lucas to sit here and be willing to back off from Carly. Like, he's basically willing to mess up his own relationship with his sister, all because he doesn't like her ex-husband and he doesn't approve. Oh well, too bad. At the end of the day, you can still have a relationship with Carly without dealing with Sonny. I mean, her and Sonny are fucking divorced. They're not even around each other as much as they used to be. You know what I mean? Like, you don't see them together all the time like you once would. He has his life, she has her life. They co-parent their daughter together. That's it. That's it. That's what their relationship is right now. It's cordial. It's cool. They're still cool with each other. That's as far as that go. So I don't see why Lucas feels that should change his relationship with his sister. Like, that's completely stupid. Now he's trying to blame Sonny for driving a wedge between him and his sister. No, you're doing that. Sonny is not even paying you any mind. Sonny does not pay Lucas any bit of attention, like none. And Sonny, little does Lucas know, Sonny even offered to back off Carly. Like, he offered to not be around her so much for the sake of her relationship with her brother. And Carly said, no, we're co-parenting a child together. One has nothing to do with the other, which is true. It doesn't. Lucas is just being an ass and he's all bent out of shape, all because he's obsessing over some new dude. Like, that's your hiccups. That's your problem. So he sees Sonny at the pool because Sonny's there or whatever. I guess Donna has some swim lessons or whatever. So here go Lucas being an ass because Marco and Christina was over there talking. And he was like, oh, does your other daughter know what you did to Marco? And Sonny was like, I don't think she knows about the allegations that you made against me. Oh, well, maybe somebody should tell her. The way Sonny is so unbothered by Lucas, and yet again, here goes Sonny with a smile on his face. Do what you got to do. I love Sonny's attitude towards Lucas because every time he see Lucas and Lucas makes these little fake threats. Oh, how about I go to Sidwell? How about I go to Drew? How about I go to the cops? How about I go to Christina? Sonny's response is the same every single time. Do what you got to do. And you see the look on Lucas's face because he really thinks that he's a tough guy. Dude, nobody's scared of your little scrawny ass. Like, you have no weight. You have no power. Nobody's afraid of you. So you think Sonny's afraid of you? Like, come on. He don't care about your little threats. You want to go tell Christina? Go tell her. What is that going to do? It's not going to do anything. It's just going to make you completely look like the idiot that you always are. Dumb boy. Like, you doing all of this over some dick that you barely know. Pathetic. So pathetic. It shows how desperate and thirsty he is. He's so desperate. So, like, get over yourself. Ugh. Like, and at some point, and I just feel like he's pushing it because at some point, Sonny's gonna have to push back. And I feel like Sonny's being very, like, how do I put it? Patient. There we go. I think Sonny's being as patient as he can with Lucas because, again, the only reason I feel Sonny's holding back on him and not doing anything to him, not lashing out at him, not threatening him, is because of who brother he is. But at some point, that's going to wear thin. If Lucas keeps getting in his face every time he sees him and making these little idle threats, at some point, Lucas got to get dealt with. And Carly just going to have to suck it up and understand. Because I'm sorry, what mob boss gonna continuously allow somebody to get up in their grill every single time and make these little threats or keep trying to talk like a tough guy? Mob bosses usually don't, even the first time you do it, you're gonna get your finger broke. Sonny's being very patient with this dude because I feel like he's pushing it. He's out of pocket. and he need to calm that down because you're doing too much. At the end of the day, if you don't like Sonny, that's fine. You don't have to like him. Stay away from him. It's just that simple. If you see him at the pool, you see him in a restaurant, you don't have to walk up and engage in conversation. Lucas is the one choosing to talk to Sonny, choosing to be in his presence. Sonny's not paying him any attention. Like, walk away. You ain't got to speak to him. Who cares? He roughed up your little boyfriend. Why don't you go talk to Sidwell? Why you keep being up in Sonny's grill every 5 seconds? Like, and you know what it is? Because he know that Sonny probably won't do nothing to him because of who brother he is. But Sidwell, that's a whole different game. He can't get up in Sidwell face like that and talk to him any kind of way because Sidwell don't care. Sidwell has no connection to him other than Marco. And I doubt Sidwell will give a damn about that. That's why I feel like Lucas, he tries to act like a tough guy with people he think he can act like a tough guy with. And he need to back down from that because that's a fool's move. Go sit down, boy. Like, you out of your league. Sit down. Because at some point you're going to get popped in your mouth. You keep running them chops. I'm telling you, keep popping them chops. You're going to get popped in it. Sit down. So anyway, moving on from that. Sonny and Alexis are so hilarious together. I swear to God, I love the chemistry between them. I love it. Suzanne, Alexis's assistant, is funny. You know who she remind me of? Alice, the Quartermain housekeeper. The way she used to dote on Luke all the time. She used to call him Mr. Luke. Tracy used to get so irritated by the way she used to fawn all over him. Mr. Luke, do you need anything else? Like, she was just all over that man. And Suzanne is the same way with Sonny. Came up in there, got him a cappuccino, a piece of cake. And Sonny was just so delighted. He was just sitting there just numbing that cake. She was like, oh, the new blend of Corinthos coffee. Oh my God, it's so good. Alexis was looking at her like, girl, if you don't get the hell out of here. And it's so cute how Alexis still know how Sonny like his coffee after all these years. After all these years, Alexis still know how that man take his coffee. She was like, Suzanne, can you leave my office, please, and don't bring back any more cappuccinos or slices of cake. Just go. Thank you. Sonny had the audacity, though. He was sitting there telling Alexis, oh, I'm waiting for my apology from you. She said, oh, you know, damn apology. Apology for what? He said, well, for the fire at Charlie's. I told you I had nothing to do with that. You try to blame me. Alexis ain't about to apologize for nothing because she's so over Sonny at this point. She was like, listen, you keep getting our daughter mixed up in this, and she trying to blame him again, talking about our daughter following in your footsteps. And Sonny was like, what the hell are you talking about? Because he was like, what latest actions? Like, what has she done now? Like, you know, but Alexis ain't trying to tell him. I'm like, Alexis, tell that man what's going on with his daughter. Because we all know if Sonny kept secrets from her about Christina, she'd be pissed. So if you feel like you always got the right to know, then don't you think he do to tell him about what she did? So he know the full extent of, her issues. You know what I'm saying? Because their daughter has issues. And I hate that Alexis keep bringing up the fact that Marco saved Christina, because Christina did the same thing when she was talking to Marco. She was like, well, you saved me. Did you regret saving me? He didn't save her. I am so tired of them trying to pin a hero badge on this boy. He didn't save her. I watched that episode. She could have went out the back door if she wanted to. She the one that stood there unstuck. That was on her. She could have left anytime she wanted to. She didn't need saving. I hate that people keep bringing that up, that he saved her. No, that's a fake narrative that you want to run with, because no, he did not. He saved nothing. So anyway, moving on from that, Jason is hell-bent on finding out if Britt is alive. So he went to Anna for answers, since Anna knows so much about Obrecht and Faison, and especially about, that family. And Anna was like, she didn't doubt Jason. She knows Jason enough to know that if he thinks he saw Britt, then that means he really saw her then. Because she know how Jason operate. Like, he ain't no, crazy nut. You know what I'm saying? If he feel like he saw something, then she know he saw it. But Anna pretty much told him, like, you need to leave that alone. Don't go chasing after her, even if she is alive still. Leave her be. Because of the diseases that she had, maybe she faked her death because she was, getting worse and worse, and she just didn't want people to see her like that. So maybe that's why she faked it. And Jason believes that Obrecht truly doesn't know that Britt is alive because he could kind of tell by the way that Obrecht spoke about Britt. That's not somebody who would know that their daughter is alive, really. You know what I'm saying? Unless she's putting on a great performance. But he believes that, Obrecht genuinely doesn't know. I don't think she know either. You never know with Obrecht, but I'm starting to believe she may not know. Speaking of Britt, so this heifer is up in there, trying to go to dinner, and this man show up or whatever. And he basically was letting her know, nah, it wouldn't be wise for you to go out. This heifer cannot drive. Like, she can't drive. She out here just I think his name is Pascal. The hell? She ran over some type of animal or something 2 years ago. Ran over a damn animal 2 years ago. And that man said, no, you don't need to drive because of your condition or whatever. She was like, I'm good. She was like, first of all, that was 2 years ago. And she was like, I was new here. I didn't know the way of, the way how you drive around here. I wasn't used to it. I'm like, Britt, stay off the road. So basically, he not letting her leave. He was like, no, we could order something from the restaurant that you want. So there's definitely a boss. Somebody's in charge. I heard rumors that it could be Faison, like maybe he really still alive, or it could be Victor Cassadine. I don't know, it could be, but I mean, I don't foresee it being Victor Cassadine being the head of all of this because I feel like the show is trying to phase out the Cassadines right now. So I don't know about them bringing one back. It's possible, but I don't know. The guy, so Pascal apparently works at the resort. I guess he's like some front desk person or something because he had called Jason or whatever to talk about his reservations there or whatnot. And Jason heard Britt in the background. So he know her voice. Like, he heard her voice. So now he's convinced she's alive. I honestly, I don't really know how I feel about Jason traipsing all over the country looking for her. As far as them possibly getting back together, I don't want to see that because, again, with these actors, you never know how long they're going to stick around. Because especially Britt, Kelly is the type of person, she got 1 foot in, 1 foot out. So it's like, why should we get excited about the possibility of them getting back together if as soon as another opportunity comes, she gonna be gone, she gonna be out, and then they're just gonna end that relationship again, and we're not gonna see it fully develop like we didn't get a chance to see it develop before. So what's the point? You know what I'm saying? Like, my thing is, if you're gonna be on the show, you need to commit to it. That's just my thing, especially if you want to be in a front burner story, and especially with somebody that's popular and be in a relationship with them, that's going to require you to be here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't half step. I'm just saying. So anyway, moving on from that. So now Jack wants to send Vaughn and Jocelyn out to Europe and whatnot, to this resort, because he's kind of taking them off the Dalton part of the case because now it's bigger than that. So there's a bigger player than Dalton. So he wants them to go to the resort where Britt is and do a little digging. They got to pretend like they're a married couple. They really got to sell it like they're in love. Get some info, find out what the hell going on out there, keep some tabs on some people. And Jocelyn brought up the fact that if she quit, then Dalton is just going to hire Emma, and she felt like Emma's way over, in over her head. That's funny coming from Jocelyn because, in my opinion, Jocelyn is in over her head. She can't keep her emotions intact. Even Vaughn had to scold her a few times about letting her personal interfere with this case. So if anybody's in over their head, it's her. Like, she's projecting on Emma because Emma has shown that she is capable. She's very capable. So now Jocelyn got to come up with an excuse to be out of the country for a while because I think they're going to be down there for at least 2 weeks. So she got to come up with a cover. Emma is doing everything she can to get this job, by doing some major kissing up to Dalton, like letting him know whatever Jocelyn can't do, I could do it, I could fill in, whatever. Gio sees a little hitch in her plan because Gio feels like she's too overzealous, like she's coming on way too strong to be helpful, and he feels like that's gonna eventually spook Dalton and make him suspicious. That's a possibility. I mean, Gio wasn't off on that. He wasn't totally off because that does tend to happen. I think that Emma is smart and capable, but I do think she needs to pull back a little bit. Don't be so overeager. So she wants to get an opportunity to search the lab, but Gio was like, nah, because it'd be suspicious if you're not at, this little event or wherever they're supposed to be. So Gio offers to search the lab for her. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know about that, Gio. Because where you get your spy skills from? I don't know about you doing it. I don't know if you got the right credentials. And exactly what does he think he's going to be looking for? I'm guessing Emma's going to fill him in on that. And Dante pretty good because Dante, he over here watching. Dante went and talked to Danny or whatever to get info out of him about that lady that went down there or whatever that was at the pool, and then she took the bag to Britt and stuff. So he want to know what he can about her. Danny was so happy to help. Like, that boy was smiling from ear to ear. He said, "You working on the case?" Like, he was so eager to help. Like, he was so damn giddy. And, he did a good job. He, filled in a lot of gaps, had a lot of details. I said, okay, even Dante was impressed. Dante was like, yeah, you remind me of your mother. You sharp when it comes to little details. That's impressive, though. He remembered a lot. And you wouldn't think he would, because working in a job like that, you see people all the time. So many different folks that come through there. It's like, how the hell you remember faces? And what they did and stuff. And he even pointed out Dalton to him. And Dante was paying very close attention to everything that was going on at the pool. With Emma, he was watching everything. So he went back to Anna, told her what he know. And they were comparing notes and whatnot. I like them working on this case, though, because I'm very intrigued about where this is going to head. Who's in charge of all of this, because it seemed like there's a big boss to this. So I'm quite curious where this is going to go. I think that's everything in this episode. But anyway, hit the comments. Let me know what you all thought, and I will see you all later. Have a great weekend. Peace.